can't make any promises now, can we, babe? But you can make me dream. Dive bar on the east side, where you at? Phone lights at my nightstand in the black. Come here, you can meet me in the back.
Hi guys, it's me, Maddie. Today I'll be showing you guys how to make a bow pillow. Your pillow is going to look like this bow, except in a pillow form. For this, you're going to be needing 2 rectangular pieces of fabric pinned together. I have 2 pins on each side to represent where I'm going to stop and start. And this will also be my hole where I'll be stuffing all the stuffing into the pillow. I've pinned all the 2 pieces together with the pretty pattern side facing each other. Well, before we get started, we are also going to be needing another piece of fabric. You can get a different piece of fabric if you want to, but you don't have to. And this piece of fabric will be the band wrapping around to make the pillow more into like a bow shape. I'm first going to start off by sewing the fabric together on one edge of where the 2 pins are. I'm going to start on this side. Well, let's start sewing. Well, make sure you backstitch after you do a couple stitches to be sure that the stitches hold up. And when you reach the pin that's holding the 2 pieces of fabric together, you can stop, pull up the pin, and put it in your pin cushion or wherever you're holding your pins in. Now you can keep sewing. That'll make sure that my needle's down. You want to make sure your needle is down, so when you pivot at a 90-degree angle, your fabric will stay perfectly together. And now you can just keep sewing. Okay, now I'm on the last little edge before we get to those 2 pins. So I'm just finishing. I take out this pin. And we are almost there, just a little bit. Now I'm going to do a couple back stitches, just so it'll hold up just fine. And now we can take this off the fabric, cut the thread. So basically we finished sewing our pillow. We can take out these 2 stitches at the top and we can place them in our pin cushion. So now we've got the hole right in the center, and I just made it in the center so that this piece can cover it up. Now I'm just going to do a little bit of cutting and then we can move on to the stuffing. Okay, so right now I am just trimming up these corners to make it easier to turn inside out. And I do have a little trick to turn pillows or like tubes that we are about to sew inside out. Now that I've clipped all the edges, you're going to take, I guess, like a stick that you can use for skewers or anything like that. And we are going to use this to pull out our corners, but not quite yet. I'm going to dig my hand in, but be careful that you don't rip any stitches. You want to take one corner and then slowly pull it out. Again, making sure that you don't rip any stitches. And now we're just pulling all of this out. So as you can see, these corners are not coming out, which is not good. So I'm taking this skewer stick. I'm going to find the opening. And then I'm not going to use a sharp edge because we don't want it to rip the fabric. And I'm going to kind of poke it out so we get nice crisp edges. So basically, right now, I'm taking just a little bit of stuffing and I'm stuffing it through. I'm only taking a little bit because I don't want to rip the stitches. You can take a little bit more than what I took in the first place, but make sure they're a little bit larger than a handful. And you can just stuff it in. But if you want to and you think you'll be fine doing it, you can stuff in a big amount of stuffing at a time. But I took a pretty big piece right now, but I am just carefully stuffing it in so it doesn't get all ripped. So basically right now, I finished stuffing it and I made sure it was nice and lumpy because that's kind of what I like. So basically I folded in the edges and now I'm going to pin and sew this edge so that the pillow will be closed up. Stitch the pillow with a needle and thread. So basically I'm just going into a slip of the fabric so that I'll hide the knot. So now I'm going to start hand sewing it. And I also decided that I was going to hand sew this because I'm way better at hand sewing than sewing a pillow on the machine. Right now I'm basically just doing the usual blanket stitch that I always do. And as I go, when I reach the pin, I take out the pin so that I won't be sewing over the pin and the pin won't get stuck. So far, we finished the pillow, which is kind of based on these two pieces. Now we are going to basically sew up this inner strip to go around the pillow and to squeeze it into the bow shape. So now I'm just have the fabric and I'm going to fold it in half with the pretty pattern sides together. Now I'm going to pin it. So basically I have just finished pinning this all the way down through. So now I'm going to sew this. I'm basically just going to call it a tube because after we sew it, it's going to be a long tube. So I've just finished sewing this up, and now it's officially a tube. Now we are going to turn inside out. I will be using this skewer stick once again. This is a bit more challenging. I'm going to put the dull end of the stick right onto one side of the fabric, and then I'm going to try to push that piece of fabric up. I'm basically just scrunching all the fabric up until we get to the top. I can feel the fabric, and I can feel the fabric going. Make sure that the stick doesn't slip out, because then we'll have to restart. So basically, I'm just undoing this, and now at the top we can basically just get the stick out of here. So basically you can straighten up your tube so it can actually look more like a tube, I guess. And you can iron this, which I will be doing. I am just making sure that it's in good shape. And now I'm going to touch it so the seam, I'm going to make it so that the seam is right in the middle, like this. And now I'm going to go iron it like this, so when we wrap it around, it'll show the pretty side. Okay, so basically I just finished ironing it, and now I'm going to fold it in half to make the strap going around. So I'm just going to fold it in half, and I did actually mark it where I want to pin it and sew it. So I'm just going to pin it right here across. And I'm going to sew it once across, and then I'm going to sew it twice so it's extra strong. So basically now we just need to sew this. I'm going to go on this side, and I am going to sew it across like this. We can leave the pins in for this part. And when we get to the edge, we can back stitch and then take it off. And now we just need to sew it one more time. Now I'm going to take out the pin so it's way easier, and so the pins aren't going to be in my way. I just finished sewing it, so we are about to attach this, I guess, middle piece onto the pillow. But first, I'm going to trim this down, and then we're going to turn it inside out. And I am using pinking shears so that it doesn't fray. Okay, so now I'm going to throw the scraps away, and now I'm going to turn it inside out. So here it is, and it still is a little crinkly, so I'm going to go iron it, and then I'll be right back to put it on the pillow. So I finished ironing it, and now we're going to be needing our pillow. So I have my pillow right here, and this is the kind of hard part that's going on. It's basically hard because we are slipping a pillow through a very small and tight opening, but you just gotta squirm around with the pillow and kind of work with the sewed fabric, and you'll eventually get it onto the middle. And when you do, you can obviously kind of move the fabric around to get it flat, because mine is not very flat. It's kind of curled up. So I'm just flattening it out. And we will be done when we finish this. Okay. So I have just finished the pillow because I finished arranging it into the perfect spot that I want it to. The things that I definitely like about this is how it scrunches the pillow, the wrap band. It scrunches the pillow and it makes it look really, really cute and like a bow. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye!
Is it too soon to do this? Isn't it? Cause I know that it's delicate. Isn't it? Delicate.